At least when I'm watching the games, Amari Gainer is the best player in the field, probably on both sides of the ball, especially in the defense. And our guy Adrian 863 Seminole TV asking about Gainer playing at Mike linebacker. Good or bad?
I don't think, no, that's not him. Even watching him in high school. Now Logan would probably know a little bit more than I would, but I remember when I watched his film and they were at the highlight. When they used to do the whatever the signing day when the actual signing day was important, they would do the show everybody's highlight film, and most of his highlights showed him bringing pressure from the backside and really just hitting a lot of quarterbacks, like really looking more like an edge rusher in a odd front. So he's really your outside type guy. A Mike linebacker would be more of your DJ Lundy, a guy who you got to have a downhill striker. That's something that FSU's defense hasn't had, and that's not saying that Gainer can't bang. It's just that I just don't think he doesn't scare me as a guy filling the hole. He scares me as a guy in space that can make things happen, that can cover, that can get that when you need that blitz, that to bring that extra man that you got to get to the quarterback. That's where I think he's best utilized with him and Kalen DeLoach. That would be what I use those guys as guys who have speed, that aren't the biggest, but just that, but can hit you when they get to you. But they do have to identify that. But I think there's got to be packages. If you're going to put 5 DBs on the field, then you better put. Then I'd rather fail with the Amari Gainer as one of the two. If you're running that 4-2-5 look as one of those guys on the inside, fail that way. I may critique. I may get mad. I may fuss if something happens. But I'd rather see that. I'd rather see you put your best 11 on the field than trying to put the best guys that you feel match up with that situation. Because at some point, you got to realize I just need ball players out there. If I got 11 ball players, that's kind of where FSU is at right now. If I put 11 of my best ball players out there, and this is no disrespect to these schools, because there's no way that Louisville has 11 better ball players on either side of the ball than us. There's no way Wake Forest has 11. Now, if you're talking about Miami and some of these other schools, I give you that. But just 11 guys who just can ball and are instinctually intelligent. Maybe not football smart, but instinctually intelligent means that these guys just make plays. Akeem Dent, freshman year, instinctually intelligent. Unfortunately, if the football was a spear, it would have killed him. As many times as he dropped interceptions. Last year, they tried to make him more football smart, and his instincts just evaporated. But that's just what I would like to see.
Yeah, I was just going to comment real quick. I do agree with James that if you're going to put a 4-2-5 there, you'd like to have Gainer in there because he's a mix. He's kind of a hybrid. He's got the physicality that you'll need for that. So certain packages going down the drive, but the thing with him though, you got to utilize his speed that he has. Yeah, you could even put him off on the edge in some ways, but you can't be using him in end zone packages, and that's just how you're going to work him throughout the game. That's just called poor game planning, in my opinion. That's just how he was used. If I'm putting a Mike right now, it'd be Lundy, like James said. I'm giving Emmett in there because he's a veteran. He's going to be calling most of the shots. And then you got your other guys on the outside, but your Mikes, I think something would be going wrong if Gainer's at Mike. I'll just say that.
James, what's it like? Not that you played on a team like this because you played on winning teams, but you were talking about Florida State having the best 11 versus a Louisville, a Wake Forest. You're kind of going mid-tier ACC is what you're looking at there. Wake Forest, especially, Louisville had a bad season just a couple of years ago, and they're coming back under Satterfield. But Wake Forest, man, Clausen, that guy can coach. He's got him at 7-8 wins every year. What must it be like for a Florida State team that's not as talented as they typically are, but still top 3-4 in the conference in terms of just flat out talent, to be on the field with a team like Wake Forest and think these guys aren't as athletic as we are. They're not as, like, I'm covering this dude. He's not that fast, but he keeps beating me. Like, what's going on in that type of game where one team's feeling like we're athletically better, but they're beating us? And they beat us last year.
Yeah, it happens. I like to say that's when like development and coaching comes into play. Carl's great coach, Carlson's a good coach. NC State's coach, up until like the last couple of years, I actually said Florida should have hired him. Like he's a good recruiter in that level. But I think and this is the part that's always, the fans kind of don't understand because you don't have the mentality that where I'm coming from with it. At a certain point, I don't like. I played and somebody thought I was capping for him, but I think they don't quite understand what this means. I played for Jeff Bowden. I like Jeff as a person. He's a phenomenal person. He's now only been like kind of unseated from the worst offensive coordinator at FSU's history spot by Walt Bell, Kendall Browse, and I hope Dillingham can, get back out of that top 3. But based upon last year, I have to give Dilly that. It's no disrespect to Dilly. I like him. It's just when they called a play, and it's just we had to make the play. Just make the damn play. It doesn't matter. Like, Bobby got me messed up. Again, since we got a lot of University of Miami fans, I'll tell this story. So I scored a touchdown in the 2005, the only touchdown that Florida State scored against Miami. That game, we won. I should have had 2. I would have had my second one would have been a walk-in, but Bobby called the 34 belly on the goal line into where Miami had more men. And not only did Miami have more men, and I still could have scored, the guy who was supposed to be my lead blocker, he motioned the guy away. So we got 2 guys to block 5. That's a bad situation for anybody. No matter how bad of an ass you are, that's a bad situation. I did not cry. I did not say, oh my God, our coaches are stupid. I did not say they don't know what they're doing. I had a job to do. And Coach Bowden made $2 million a year, which was like 2.5, I think. Made him the highest paid coach, I think, in NCAA during that time. And I know I wanted to make money to be able to feed my family. So my job was to take this suicide play and do my best to be able to get into the end zone. And had I kept my feet, I would have scored. But I got blasted in the backfield by, I think it was Merriweather. And I just did a spin move, and my fight or flight instincts made me juke somebody, and my feet just gave out. But I got back to the line of scrimmage because I was never tackled for loss on any carry at FSU. And there's numerous plays that were like that. Against Wake Forest, there was a play where we called the sprint draw, which is kind of like a staple for us, 44. It was 4th and 12. It's a terrible play call, but we got 15 yards on it. It's because it didn't matter what the play call was. We just at a certain point, athletes got to do this. And my high school coach said this to me when I was playing. He said, James, there's going to be times when I call plays that make absolutely no sense, but that's why I have you. He's like, your job is to make me look smart. And I think the problem is that our players are too in tune to what fans are saying. And I think my mom had a quote for that. If you're worried about what fans are saying, you'll soon become a fan. It doesn't matter if the coach is stupid. It doesn't matter if the coaches aren't saying this. You don't get caught up in that. Every play on offense is designed to score. And every play on defense is designed to stop the offense from scoring. If you run goal line defense against the spread and everybody wins their job, you can stop the spread. Now, again, it's not the most optimal, but it should work. And I think that's when you're looking at, I have more talent than the Wake Forest, but they have a better coach. That's a sense of pride. And I don't, like people say, I want 3 stars were hard. I don't believe in all that. But pride comes in from, like, not all this, we got unity. I love my, because we've seen the same article for the last 4 years. Never have I felt this much love. Never have I felt this much family. We getting coach, blah, blah, blah. I don't hear that. I want to see it. And when I see that these guys, 11 guys have come together and said, we're going to take over a game regardless of what's called, you can visually see it. And it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. It's the only thing I could call it close to is when all 11 believe that. It's a glow. it's like a bully glow. Like you go out there and you know it's gonna happen. So I don't know. I hope I explained that well enough.
No, that was very cool. Very cool. Z's got our best comment of the night right here by far. Use that Amazon link in the description section. Besides the Canes deal, I know you guys don't get into that. I wasn't looking at that part. I'm looking at the Amazon link. Grab that Amazon link in the description section. It's the same shopping experience, everyone. It's unbelievable. I saw a stat recently that, like, out of how many people are in America, like 340 million and maybe 250 million adults, like 60% of America is using Amazon to shop. So grab the link in the description. You do it the exact same thing. It doesn't change your shopping experience. Doesn't cost you a penny. Grab the Amazon link when you shop on Amazon. Put it somewhere where you're going to remember it when you do some shopping